Hey there, friends. It's finally here, the last episode that I'm going to do of Garth Marenghi's Darkplace. Well, last episode, but I'm also going to do Horrifica Illuminata, or whatever it's called, that one next time around. And then we're going to go on to Man with Dean Lerner. This has been such a fun ride. I'm shocked people liked it, and honestly, it just made me so annoyed that I waited so long to get into this show. Maybe it was perfect, because I got to do it here with all y'all. So yeah, we're just gonna head into it. Let's see. My favorite episode is still, was that episode 3? Was Skipper the Eye Child. I think that's 2 or 3. I think it's 3. So let's see if this will beat Skipper the Eye Child. I don't even know what to expect. I'm just very excited, as always.
He whisked off her shoes and panties in one movement, wild like an enraged shark, his bulky totem beating a seductive rhythm. Mary's body felt like it was burning, even though the room was properly air-conditioned. They tried all the positions, on top, doggy and normal. Exhausted, they collapsed onto the recently extended sofa bed. Then a hellbeast ate them. Welcome, friend. I'm Garth Marenghi, horror writer. Although I also...
I'm trying to be more Stephen King. It doesn't seem... I've actually never read a Stephen King book. I've heard that he has, in a few of them, are more sexual than you would expect / want them to be. I don't know if that was supposed to be a reference to that. One day maybe I'll read one. Maybe Misery. Theoretically it doesn't have sex in it, but I can't be sure. I think it said its name was Juggers, which is amazing. Oh, was it supposed to be a Shivers reference? The Cronenberg movie? That's a very sexual, body horror movie that no one ever talks about when they talk about Cronenberg films. Tend to talk about Scanners, or, if you're cool like me, you talk about Videodrome, maybe The Brood, or obviously The Fly, but no one ever talks about Shivers. What's up with that? Go watch, it's a lot, but go watch Shivers, because, why not?
Also pen westerns and erotica to keep my oar in with other fields of literature. I've always loved the great tragedies. King Lear, The Poseidon Adventure, Superman 2. And when I wrote, directed and starred in Garth Marenghi's Darkplace, I set out to continue that grand tradition. This Eve's yarn is a simple tale of heartbreak. An eternal story of love and loss set against the backdrop of an abortive alien invasion, though you don't actually find out it's abortive till the end of the show. It's my Romeo and Juliet, but less whiny. So, dear Pilgrim...
Sorry, I never know how clear my facial expressions are. If I look very angry when you mention Romeo and Juliet, it's a trigger for me. I hate Romeo and Juliet. Love Shakespeare. We do not allow Romeo and Juliet in this house because my last name is Montague. Therefore, Romeo and Juliet, having to go through high school with that last name was not enjoyable, so I despise that play with all my being. Anyway, that's just right, because I couldn't tell, in my head, my face went very flat. Probably it didn't read remotely on camera, but just in case it did, that's why.
I give you my hymn to the heart with horror, along with interviews from myself, my publisher Dean Lerner, and the actor Todd Rivers. That way you won't have to think for yourselves, which is probably safer.
Appreciate it.
Hold it gently, as you wouldst a lover lying in a field, nestled in the shade of a mighty oak tree. Perhaps you're gently petting, having just enjoyed a hamper of chilled white wine and a selection of continental cheeses.
Lovely.
Bon appetit. I'm Garth Marenghi.
I don't think I've ever mentioned this, but it should be mentioned. The lovely little subtle note of not only having the little hairs on the film, the little, black spots you see when it does that Dean Lerner, Garth Marenghi production thing, but then when the piano kicks in, having it sound a little bit warped, as if, the film hasn't been super well taken care of. Obviously the production, if whatever channel it was on, I think it was before, the channel was didn't care about keeping them nice, and so the only copies we have are the ones that Garth Marenghi kept, which makes sense of why it doesn't sound great. I think is a fun little touch. I love that.
Ooh, a moment. Nature calls, if you know what I mean. I'll just leave you briefly by this air vent.
Because they don't have another set for the hallway, it's just like the same hallway they've been using, but it's got like this bad little cardboard cutout thing of Jens is great. And this awful effect was kind of like a Pepper's Ghost effect of making it look like there's green. Oh, it's I always point out the bad effects, but it's because they should be loved and appreciated.
What is it?
I forgot to flush! Oh!
I love the camera moving in like this, but it doesn't matter. What happened?
Get me Dr. Rick Douglas, MD, now! Yes, I'll hold!
He's too tall for the thing! No, I've never, maybe this is a common thing in England, I've never seen a public phone that's got that weird little, like, egg thing around it. I've seen, like, phone booths, but I've never seen something like that. I don't know if that was more in the 80s, or if that was an English thing. I wasn't really using payphones till it was the mid-90s or something, or late 90s. I love the little, alright, so if we're going for, like, it says Moss, so if we're going for Mossy, is it going to be more like Troll 2, or is it going to be more like, Creep Show, or we'll see, or something else? I shouldn't assume it's always going to be a ripoff. It probably will, but I shouldn't assume that.
The script to Shoggoth was based on an old sonnet sequence I wrote when I was 16.
That's beautiful, man. That's nuts and boobies. If he drew that when he was 16, I mean, like, hey, that's not bad. He could have been, like, a comic artist, but he went a different way, and thank goodness, because he gave us such beautiful stories.
I'm a language junkie. That's my hit. I get off on language. I mean, you know, just to think of that poem by Wordsworth. I wandered lonely as a cloud that floats on higher vales and hills, when all at once I saw a cloud, a host of gleaming daffodils. You know, and to think that there weren't even rhyming dictionaries around when Bill wrote that, it's very humbling.
Garth is the most significant artist that I've ever worked with, and I've worked with Lulu and 4 other people. So we're talking creme de la creme.
My name is Dr. Rick Douglas, MD. A woman turned green last night. The porter said he saw her breathe in a green gas. Could this be linked to the green cloud of gas that was directly over the hospital's ventilation shaft? I was cruising down to Ward B to find out.
Although they never attempt to make any background behind the car, that's always in this weird, dark, negative space. They never attempt anything with it. Or even just put it outside or something. It's just always in this weird, dark void. It looks like a dark ride at like an amusement park.
I'd stopped out of my way to give Sanchez and Asher a lift, a courtesy for which they'd yet to thank me.
So mad.
You're welcome.
What the hell's the matter with you, Dad?
Nothing. What are you doing for dinner tonight, Liz?
Oh, nothing really. Why are you asking me out?
No. Just trying to get some recipe ideas. Finding food a real bore at the moment.
What I do is sometimes get a tin of soup,
Yeah.
heat it up, poach an egg in it, serve that with a pork pie sausage roll.
I'll get a wimpy.
Your call, Dad.
She's looking so attentive just at one spot on the newspaper. I did want to say, completely off topic, so feel free to fast forward, but since I do these things as a film nerd, I did actually just watch Alice Lowe's new movie. I think it was from the last year or two. I can't remember when it came out. Time Stalker. I just saw it like yesterday. It wasn't bad. I think that the idea of this brief description, this woman who's in love with a man in like what was the first go around 1600s or something, and she dies in an effort to save him, and then basically just keeps happening. It's like a repeated thing of multiple lifetimes, and she always wants to find him and love him. He's always kind of not that interested, and then because of him, in a way to save him, she dies. It definitely was a better concept than it was an actual film. Like, I feel like there was some good ideas, there's a good movie in there, but it kind of dropped off a little bit for me. I don't know how many films she's made. I've only ever seen that and Prevenge. I thought Prevenge was better. But yeah, I mean, it wasn't bad. She's good in it, for sure. But yeah, there you go. I saw Time Stalker. Off topic, but, you know, whatever.
Liz, fancy egg and soup? I'm free this evening.
No, I think I'll wash my hair.
Okay.
Plus, I've now got a headache.
Sure, whatever. I'll put some sounds on. There's a bad atmosphere in here.
I love that he has to write the female lead as being into him, but also he won't be into her because he's too good for her. But she can't ever be with anybody else, is telling.
Can she be mine? I wish I was more attractive like Douglas.
You gonna sing?
Still, one can only dream.
My God.
I'm a one-track lover, down a two-way lane.
Oh, it's beautiful.
Riding fast down the highway, must have been insane. 'Cause the temperature's too high, traveling way too fast. And I knew our loving was too.
Just like the Billie Jean video. All of this is great. And it's so 80s, just like a lot of weird lighting and like of just like the I think I saw some mannequins in there and they were like floating picture frames. Feels very 80s music video. What was that music video I covered that had a bunch of mannequins? It was Aha's Sun Always Shines on TV. It was an exorbitant amount of mannequins. This is amazing. Matt Berry is a great singer. Like, don't go and make him look the best ever and then make us still have to believe that we're into Garth. Come on now. Like, he looks fantastic. This is great. The lighting especially is giving me vibes of, even though it's not a music video, some of the music segments in Shock Treatment, the official, unofficial sequel to Rocky Horror Picture Show, which is better in my opinion. Just saying, you should watch Shock Treatment. But there's a couple, Looking for Trade, which is a great song in there, sung by Jessica Harper. That's got the same kind of lighting in this, and it's awesome.
Hot to last.
Amazing. Oh, there he is.
She's smooth, like ice, cold to the touch, and it isn't very nice when you left alone. You let you treat you bad, leaves you hang on the phone. Take shove your loving in the wheel, put the pedal to the floor, 'cause you're heading for the hills. Got to get away, can't take it no more. Man, you don't need this, leave her at the door. The door. Sanch, open the door. Open the door, Sanch.
Sorry, Thornton.
I
Bad.
felt so out of place. It feels like maybe that feels like the kind of thing where like an actor wants to get into like a singing career, and so they'll force the show they're on to like let them sing. I think that happened to like Vampire Diaries and a few other shows where it's like with their age or something, it's like, well, we want to have her sing because, you know, we're trying to get her pop career started. So it's like he knew the show was maybe not doing well, so he wanted to start getting into being like a pop artist. So like, let me sing on the show kind of thing. I hope that makes sense to anyone. I've seen it many times before.
A dream.
Count yourself lucky. Look at her.
It can happen. Like that. You can fall in love in an instant.
Todd's wonderful in this episode, and there are scenes with him and me where I think you're watching him as much as me.
Apparently she was in for a routine operation to have her toe shortened, which was really long, like a finger. The next thing she knew, this happened. All in all, she's a little off colour.
You shut your mouth, Liz.
No, you shut your mouth, Sanch. That was funny. If we lose our sense of humour in this place, we might as well kill ourselves.
He's right, Sanch. One of the main reasons I went into medicine was for the laughs. That and the put.
That's so minor, but I feel like in other shows, like they would change the framing of the shot so it didn't look like he was a unicorn. But in this show, they probably just wouldn't even notice, but it's really funny. Just like a weird touch of just kind of illustrating incompetence.
Shut your mouth, Liz.
No, you shut your mouth, Sanch. That was funny. If we lose our sense of humour in this place, we might as well kill ourselves.
He's right, Sanch. One of the main reasons I went into medicine was for the laughs. That and the pussy. And that dried up 10 years ago, if you'll pardon the expression.
That may be so, but that's no reason to mock this poor woman's condition. Look, I'm going to stay with her, talk to her, help her. It's called a bedside manner, heard of it?
Word of yours, pal.
Oh god. The intense look on her face, I can't tell if they just like put that makeup on her because they just didn't want to deal with it, or if they had a full emotional scene where that actress like cried and stuff, and then they cut it because Garth found it uninteresting because it wasn't about him, and so we just are left with this intense look in the eyes. Oh my god, that's more likely.
I've had it with you clowns.
He's acting like a jerk. Come on, Liz. Coffee's on me.
But coffee's free here.
Shh. She don't know that. I'll look after Liz. You get this skin sample analysed and keep this stum. If Wonton gets wind of this, my arse is grass and he's got a lawnmower. You dig?
10-4.
Don't know how we've had a sing before, that wasn't ever a thing. It's probably
Funny. Hello, is that Gavin, the hospital gas expert? Well, can you put Gavin on? Hi, Gavin. Just a quick question to read that green gas in the sky last night. Sorry, I thought you were going to speak. Yeah. Could the green gas have contained cosmic fungi and or...
I was about to be shocked that they did a realistic pause. Oh, man. Oh, boy.
down spores? It could. And those fungal spores could infect a person. Only if the person had been left directly next to an air vent. Cheers, Gavin. I owe you a beer. Actually, you owed me one from before, so we're quits.
Stop tasting things!
Broccoli. She's turning into broccoli.
It is Trolls 2. Hey, it is Troll 2.
Something smells good.
It's egg in soup. Here, let me cut up your pork pie.
Whoops.
Ah, you've spilt. I'll get a nurse to help you out of that night dress.
I think I'd be more comfortable with a doctor's touch.
As a horror writer, there are certain words you don't use when you're writing a sex scene. Balls, knickers, scrope. It's not clever, it's not sexy, it's bad writing.
I read modern writers and it's screw this, he licked her, she sucked that,
Not
he
just
bit
modern.
the other, you know, someone put it there.
I don't know if this is I don't know if this is like a different moment or if we're meant to just now realize they've been being interviewed in the same room that close to each other. We just never saw that before, which is very funny to me. I really want that to be the case so badly. I love it, like, someone gave Garth feedback that, like, I don't know, it's a young doctor show, and, like, it's not sexy. He's like, I can be sexy, and then made this episode.
This, he licked her, she sucked that,
Not
he
just
bit
one.
the other, you know, someone put it there, he held it. It was at this frequency. I mean, where's the sensuality?
Exactly, where's he glided in liquid smooth? Where's her wispy mound?
Where's her sacred V?
Honeyed lining.
Her mossy cleft?
Look at that. Makes you wonder what else is up there. All our broccoli must have come down from these skies billions of years ago. Over time it's evolved, become less aggressive.
Broccoli from space. I wondered why it tasted odd.
This is serious, Thornton.
Come on, Dag, that was funny.
You're right, that was funny. I'm just worried about Sanch. How are we going to tell him that this time tomorrow the girl he loves will be a complete vegetable?
Broccoli.
I can cope with constant bereavement. He can't. Most people can't.
That's not all, Reed and Rick.
Isn't it?
No. Gavin, the hospital gas expert, just called. He handed me this.
Well, according to this, the broccoli spores can be passed on during the act of physical lovemaking.
But if it's passed to Sanchez, half of Romford...
The broccoli...
Gavin, the hospital gas expert, just called. He handed me this.
Well, according to this, the broccoli...
It's the long pause that you can see. You can look at it at home. It's very funny. Oh, God.
spores can be passed on during the act of physical lovemaking.
But if it's passed to Sanchez, half of Romford could have it within the week.
If they have made love, there is a 50% chance Sanchez has got it.
Well, we're going to have to hope Sanchez dipped his wig. Otherwise, this could go nationwide.
Bang goes my Hippocratic oath.
Have you ever done that before?
What, making love?
No, I mean with a patient.
Once or twice, but they were dying. It was their last wish. But with you, it was real. I did it because you're different. Plus, I think I've got a thing for green women.
Hold me in your arms.
We don't even know each other's names.
Linda.
Dr. Sanchez. What is it?
I'm just so happy.
Dr. Sanchez, the way he said Dr. Sanchez might be one of my favorite line readings in this series. It's just really funny. So she's acting as if he doesn't notice. Are they going to play it off that he hasn't noticed that her fingers are now bruckalifying? Because she looked down guilty, like, oh, I must hide this, as if, like, in a zombie film, she's all she's been bitten and trying to hide it from everyone. With this show, they might pretend like he didn't notice that she's covered in green.
The cosmic spores, of course, represented AIDS.
I have had such terrible experiences with that, with the AIDS. I've lost so many friends to that terrible disease. My half-brother, who was such a promising dancer, very quietly, very peacefully, he went. And then Freddie went.
Back then, no one would touch this subject. You know, it was us and Princess Di.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
What's the matter, Dag? You look like you got the weight of the world on your shoulders, if you catch my drift, as it were.
Have you ever been in love, Padre?
Only with the Holy Three.
It can make you feel like the king of the world, or...
a complete tool.
It's powerful stuff. My best friend's woman's gonna die. She's turning into broccoli.
Jesus Christi.
It's taking her
I
over.
don't remember what happened to him at the end of the monkey episode. We'll just pretend like it's all good and he should be here. Why not?
It's very infectious, Padre. And I fear the only way to stop this spreading will be to boil her.
You could steam her.
How does one weigh the happiness of these two star-crossed lovers, Romeo and Juliet, against the future of Romford?
You'll know what to do. You're the most sensitive man I know. And I know God.
Thanks for the advice.
Wow.
I knew I'd be right.
Come on. Come to Padre. Embrace the infinite.
I want to say that from now on. When I offer people hugs, I wanted to say embrace the infinite and then give them a hug. That is my new favorite thing.
Yep. That's it. That's it. Oh. Oh. Come on. If you need me, I'll be right here in the vestry. If not, I'll be out in the Jeep.
Cheers, Padre.
Stay holy.
Amen. When I pray, and sometimes I do, I pray to myself. I pray that I can pull myself through. And if I'm lucky, I answer myself.
Champagne on ice, a bed 395, and make sure it's in the bucket. I want to surprise Linda.
We could all be horrified at that pure amount of narcissism, but it's almost admirable. Like, man, I wish I thought that high of myself or even close to it. I'd be a bad person, but you know, I'd have confidence. Wow. Oh boy. Oh boy.
And now I'll have a double scotch and I might...
It's just the dude from the... like, this guy has played, like, multiple people. He's at least someone that's worked at the hospital.
My good friend here will have to say, she's a hell of a woman. To Linda and her speedy recovery.
Yeah. How can I tell him she's dying? It'll tear him apart. Sanj, I just saw Linda. She told me to tell you that she doesn't love you and that you should forget anything ever happened because it was meaningless.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, buddy.
That's a goddamn lie. You can't stand it, can you, Dag? You can't stand it that this time I got the girl.
Don't walk away from me, lover boy.
I suggest you remove your hand or so help me God I'll knock you down.
You're gonna have to make me.
Okay, buddy, let's dance.
Jesus, been in the gym.
Nice shot, buddy.
Look, I'll level with you.
Jesus, been in the gym.
So the bottle doesn't come out. They have to overdub that Jesus bit in the gym because And he just comes up immediately, like, totally fine from the punch. Meanwhile, Garth is like, ow, ow, ow. I mean, he probably actually tried to punch him, and immediately regretted it. Oh my god, that's funny. He has to be the toughest one. It's like, what, that clause that, Vin Diesel and The Rock both have in those Fast and Furious movies where neither of them can lose a fight. So when they fight each other, it's pointless because neither of them are allowed to lose, which is crazy to me. Like, losing in a fight is, like, that's what makes a character interesting. But anyway, I'm not gonna get on that topic.
Nice shot, buddy.
Look, I'll level with you. Linda's dying. She's turning into broccoli. It's very contagious. She must be boiled.
Boil Linda over my dead body, you bastard. Okay, come on. Yeah, come on. Guys, on dirty trick on my back, bastard.
Knock it off, you two. This is a hospital.
He's out of line.
I'm out of line. He's out of line.
You're both out of line. Now, I'm not going to stand here and dance for you. I don't have to. I want to see both of you in my office 5 minutes ago. So you best hurry up.
I just now realized this bar is in the hospital. I just figured that out. When it got to the reverse shot, I saw nurses at the couch. Okay, sure. Yeah, fuck it.
Look, Sanch, I know all about Linda, and I'm sorry. God knows I am. But slapping Dag's ass about the shop ain't going to bring her back any. Now, if Dag thinks that the only way to contain this is to boil her, then I'm backing him 110%. That means I could backtrack 10%, and I'd still be completely behind him.
You have no idea what this feels like, old-timer.
I've been there, hombre. When I heard my wife died, I could barely finish my lunch. But right now, Dag and I are more worried about your downstairs area.
Sanch, we know what's up with your meeting too. I saw you in...
Now, we know Dean is a monster. But did his character kill his wife? Maybe. I'll go with yes.
The gents.
Mild discomfort, nothing I can't handle.
Tell Reed what colour it is.
Olive green, what of it?
Look, we're going to have to lop it off, otherwise it'll spread. Now, I've asked Reed to assist me in the operation.
That rusty general, he's not been in surgery in 10 years.
I've had first-hand experience. I lost a ball in Korea. Had to do the op myself.
That was one ball. This is the whole 9 yards. No way am I letting him near the old boy.
I'd offer you my own if I could. But this is the only way.
It's the only way, Sanch. Otherwise it'll spread.
You're not getting my rub without a fight.
The next sequence in the show, alas, is lost. The pertaining can of film was destroyed in a drink-related misadventure in Fulham. It was an idiotic altercation, which I bitterly regret, both for personal and professional reasons. However, with the aid of some photographic stills taken by the girlfriend of the time, we have reconstructed the missing scenes with added narration from the available cast. I hope that this does not impair your enjoyment of the drama.
Sanchez lunges at Reed, but is held down by Douglas.
Don't.
Oh my god. This might be my favorite bit. Just the ridiculously obvious, like, I don't think I've ever seen worse reading on screen before, and I watch like award shows. That was beautiful. I want to know where the footage went. I wonder if it was like just one of the actors didn't approve of it or something. It's so funny. I have to imagine there was some kind of messed up reason for getting rid of it, as far as in the narrative of the show, not in reality. In reality, they just didn't film it. We just still, like, I was wondering what it was going to look like. This is the funniest way to do it. Of just not actually showing it. That is better than anything you could have imagined. It's so silly. It's just like not even a fight, it's just him sitting there.
Touch it.
Sanchez says. Reed calls for backup, and a general anaesthetic is administered by a hospital orderly. Meanwhile, Linda's condition worsens. Sanchez is rushed to surgery in a race against time to stop the infection spreading. Reluctantly and with some difficulty, Douglas and Reed remove the affected penis and leave Sanchez to recuperate. However, it is now too late for Linda.
Oh my god.
Hello,
Oh my
Linda.
god!
You look better.
Ah!
Do you feel you're getting better? Now, I've run some tests, and you're going to have a long sleep, and then you're going to wake up again right as rain. And Sanchez will be with you, and you'll have a great future together. Sanch would be here, but he's out on his rounds helping some crippled children right now. can't get him to shut up talking about you. You found yourself a good man.
This is a hilarious situation, but I will give it to Rick here that he is being as comforting as one could be when you've just removed your friend's penis because he had sex with a broccoli woman, and the broccoli woman you're gonna go have to boil to kill. In that specific situation, I think he's being very understanding and very sensitive. Some have even stated more sensitive than God. One particular person did say that.
Guy happens to be my best bud in the whole world. What's this?
It's a dream catcher.
What's a dream catcher?
It's like a wind chime.
Then why don't you say wind chime? Thank you. Sanj will love this. He loves wind, and he loves the sound of tinkling, and he loves you. She's gone. She's all yours, guys.
Oh my god.
As Linda breathed her last green breath, the cloud disappeared, much like the Scotch mist did last week, and I went back to my humble doctor's duties.
Thanks for saving my life.
You're welcome, little man. He's a good kid. You got to keep him off the smack, though, otherwise this will keep happening. Maybe you should try and get a husband, get some stability in your life, okay? Excuse me. Okay? Excuse me.
For a minute, it looked like his body was faced the wrong way around. It kind of freaked me out. Okay.
Hey, big guy. Take it from Rick, I will not rest until I found you an adequate replacement. Linda asked me to give you this.
What is it?
It's a dream catcher.
What's a dream catcher?
It's like a wind chime.
I think you should have it. For saving my life.
Thanks, Sanchez.
Wait!
That was so
Thanks for
weird.
that lift.
Don't mention it.
Did he cut himself in surgery? Is that the issue? in the scene we didn't get to see? It's looking like Rick's about to go die. Everyone's slow waving at him. Yes. Oh, it's the final roof scene. Emotions.
The broccoli had gone, but the hurt remained. For all of us, not just Sanchez. Darkplace was finding ways of getting to us from within, and what we had to fear most was ourselves. That and AIDS. If you want it, wear one. Sex, that is, not AIDS. No one wants AIDS. I guess I was going to have to look out for everyone. Not that I get any thanks. With this show, I wanted to make people laugh and cry and shit themselves at the same time.
100%.
I fear that we are seeing an end to the quality of television that you and I should be able to take for granted. We are seeing a dumbing down of television. I think we're living in dangerous times. The horror genre is in decline. Reading is in decline. Literacy, numeracy, the 3 L's are in decline.
You and he were buddies, weren't you? Need I say more? Need I say more?
Okay.
We didn't know what it was going to achieve in the long run. We didn't know it would still be, talked about these days.
Garth's place in history is assured. His place in history is assured.
As a horror writer, I don't ask for much. I just hope I've changed the way you think about life.
I'm a one-track love. And there we are. The last episode of Garth Marenghi's Darkplace. I still think I, a Child is my favorite episode. Yeah, I think it is. I think I will say that. The first episode's pretty great too. This whole experience has been so fun and just like weirdly, specifically my sense of humor. I tried to get a buddy of mine to watch the first episode and they're just like, I don't get it. And you know what? I had to be like, yeah, it's fair. It's okay. I don't blame you. I'm not mad at you. So there we go, man. I am 100% going to do well, I think they're just extra interviews. I am going to do that. And then I'll get into the man-to-man with Dean Lerner. But if you don't want to follow me on those, and this is the end of our friendship on here, then thanks for hanging out with me. And once we do Dean Lerner, I'm probably going to do, so many people have made so many cool suggestions. Some of shows I've heard before, some of shows I've never heard of before. So I might do, like, once I'm done with, I keep saying person to person, which is obviously what it's a play on, man to man with Dean Lerner, I might do, like, a big poll to figure out what show I do next, provided it's one I could, find online to watch. So there you go, guys. Thank you so much for joining me and being as supportive as you all have been. If you want to donate to the channel, feel free. I'll leave it in the pinned in the comments. Someone did ask if I have like a coffee or whatever thing, which I am going to set up. But yeah, that's all. Thanks so much, guys, and I will see you next time. Bye, everybody.